day for the Australians to pick up those 2 wickets in the 13 overs prior to the close of play. Gooch out for 17, Robinson for 12. Robinson very much playing for the close of play and out of character. He wouldn't have played that particular stroke in normal circumstances, but it was a lovely piece of deception by the leg spinner Bob Holland. Embury and Allott, well, they're both in as night watchmen. I don't like night watchmen at any time when conditions are good, and to have two of them in, I think, is a definite demerit mark. The situation at the close of the third day then, England 98 runs behind with 8 wickets in hand, and we have a real match on our hands here at Lord's. The Australian bowlers, there are only 4 of them, and only 3 were used today, McDermott, Lawson and Holland, and one of those 3, McDermott, has already been warned by umpire Dickie Bird for running too close to the line. We pick up play now after Embury has taken a single to take the score to 38 for 2. It's the 4th ball of the first over, and Lawson comes into bowl to Allott. And there he goes. First one night watchman down. Allott falls to Lawson, and England are 3 for.
Paul Allott just beaten for pace. He eventually got to the right line, but he's very slow to close the gap between bat and pad. And out she went.
I think legitimately, Tony, any side can expect to take one proper batsman's wicket in one session. If they get rid of the 2 night watchmen then, and they take one proper batsman as well, suddenly it is 5 for. And then there is enormous pressure on the batting side. So David Gower has it all to do. Well, Dickie Bird is obviously telling McDermott exactly what's going to happen to him if he transgresses again, but he hasn't yet bowled a ball. That may be just the thing to do, but it may also be a fraction premature. David Gower facing McDermott. 4 runs.
Not a good shot. Faced the bat well open, and the ball always had to go up in the air. It went just above head high.
It's 4. Not even with the strongest will in the world can you stop yourself from having a flash at as every so often when you're a night watchman. Good looking shot. Perfectly timed. It only looked to be something of a forward jab. It fairly raced away down to the extra cover boundary. And he's played on. So the second night watchman goes after 2 boundaries. John Embury has played on, and Lawson has taken both wickets this morning, 57 for 4. So as far as the Australians are concerned, everything's running to order for them. Now they've taken the 2 night watchmen, Embury the second one, inside edge, down onto the ground and then back onto the off stump. They can at least say they've started their morning off in quite good fashion.
What are now the first of the batsmen?
Yes, now the proper stuff starts. 78 behind England. Gatting is taking strike. Oh, good heavens. Wow.
What I find difficult to understand is why he decides to do it so early in the flight. He really never was playing a shot, and that must have been quite close.
Lawson to Gower. super shot. Just a lovely, gentle roll of the wrists. The ball just racing away.
It's a shot he's played well, even through this bad patch.
Beautiful. Two classic strokes. David Gower facing McDermott. Phillips has caught him, and that slip cordon was the undoing of David Gower, and that's the wicket Australia wanted. They needed to get one high-order batsman in this first session, and they've done it with David Gower. 77 for 5 now. Gower after a series of magnificent shots.
Yes, and he was probably feeling very confident outside the off stump, but that was quite wide by the time it reached him. Slanted across him, his feet were absolutely stationary. And it was a fine catch behind the stumps by Phillips.
Still to be McDermott, Lamb facing. Over pitch ball, he's got that away, he's off the mark safely. 4 runs through mid-off.
Well, England's batsmen are being positive here this morning, and that's a good thing. When the ball's there to hit, they've let fly. Unfortunately, it also cost David Gower his wicket.
Alan Lamb faces Jeff Lawson.
Oh, well bowled. Beautifully disguised slow delivery, and Lamb fell for it. A very simple catch, straight to mid-off, and it's 98 for 6. Big trouble for England. But reward for a very intelligent piece of bowling there by Lawson.
And that was just brilliantly bowled. He slowed it right down. And Alan Lamb's right through with a shot before it comes. And just dollies through. Oh, that's great fast bowling.
So into the Gladiator. A terrific reception as ever. This big crowd here could do with 2 or 3 hours of vintage Botham now, and England desperately need it. So he comes in at 98 for 6.
He's off the mark. Holland to Ian Botham. Just past slip. David Boone is the man out slip, and that will run into the boundary for 4.
Well, what more could you ask? A leg spinner to Ian Botham. Ian's going to attack, which he does here. Gets away with it. Outside edge.
1 over 6 maidens, 1 for 10 Holland, 105 for 6 England.
So another big crowd enjoying what is a consuming battle out there.
That might even beat McDermott. A great try, but it was hit with tremendous power. Mike Gatting now facing Holland. And Gatting will get 3 for that. Neat cut off the last ball. And 95 runs have come in the session from 29 overs. and it's been a fascinating morning's play. It certainly was, and just before lunch, Ian Botham was starting to look good. 23 not out with Gatting 20 not out. The earlier part of the day was very much Australia's. The night watchman experiment with the two of them fell apart very early on. Gower played beautifully, but then was caught at the wicket, and Lamb out to a beautiful piece of deception from fast bowler Geoffrey Lawson. That partnership between Gatting and Botham is the one that matters most to England at this very moment. We pick up play now in the first over after the interval. 3 runs have been added, and McDermott is coming into bowl to Botham.
That's a magnificent hook shot again by Botham. Really gave that the full treatment. It's into the crowd for 6 in this, the first over after lunch. So that great 6 by Botham. Drops right into the middle of the mound stand. Puts England ahead in the match. McDermott to Gatting. Gatting's gone for the hook shot here, kept it down nicely, and picks up 4 runs for it. So a 50 partnership and 150 on the board. It's Botham now to face the spinner, and that's usually interesting. Well, Botham certainly will get 4 there.
It's a marvellous piece of timing, this, and strength. Picking the length, picking the line. Half volley outside the leg stump, smacked away. Wonderful stroke.
Dermot again to Botham.
Just out of reach. Ian Botham's got away with it. Didn't actually go to hand.
It's through this time. Nidal has given up the chase, and it's 4 more. So Botham in cracking form again, fairly rattling along now. 47, he moves to 166 the total. That's more down his street, 4 runs, 54 Botham. There's a precious little offer to him outside the off stump there from the leg spinner, but as soon as he strayed out there, he was crashed through for 4 more. He's only had 61 balls, a 6 in that first over after lunch, and 7 fours. No joy for the spinner there. And very safely out to deep square. Through his hands and 4 runs. Mike just got an edge there.
Just turned a touch. And there was great disappointment from the bowler when it went down on the floor. Oh, boy. Bob Holland thought he might have nicked it.
Well, he's got it away. Again, not where he intended. He'll come back for 3. 1 chase back for Border. So the leg spinner suffering a little bit there. A good delivery to Botham. And then finally found the bottom edge.
Good shot. Good footwork. And perfect placement from Mike Gatting. Now, The run getting is assuming slightly larger proportions as far as the Australians are concerned. Very easy to forget Gatting's role out there in the excitement of watching Botham. But Gatting has done all the right things. And the partnership almost 100. And brilliant stuff. 75 balls for 70. 6 and 10 fours. It's just made for Ian Botham, this situation, and he's played it perfectly. Great shot. Well, they say the late cut has gone out of vogue. It was too classic a stroke to be contemptuous. It was beautifully played.
Well, Ian Botham's batting is getting better and better. Not much doubt about that.
Now, this is the ball where Botham sustained the injury, and it looks as though something has happened to it in that forward push.
Bernard Thomas, the England physiotherapist, trots out. Very difficult to even guess what it is. It didn't look like a bruise. It's foot, perhaps, as opposed to knee.
So Ian Botham, we understand, has bruised the joint on his big toe from bowling on Saturday, but he's still got 77 against his name here today.
He's feeling better. Put to the pitch of the ball, cracked it through the offside, and he could well be on the rampage again.
It's just the sign we were looking for. Both them back on the front foot again, back on that bruised toe, taking the weight and playing the first attacking shot of the front foot since he discovered that niggling injury.
Border persisting with the leg spinner coming round the wicket. It's a good stop. He can't get it through. He can go for the single though. So relief to Mike Gatting there. Joy to the home supporters of Middlesex particularly here today as Mike Gatting goes through to 50. It's been a very good one too. 134 balls. Hit just 4 fours, but has taken part in a very critical and vital partnership. That's got to be out. Yes, Botham goes, and he's very, very cross with himself, annoyed. A wicket to the leg spinner, and Botham goes for 85. 229 for 7, England, but another marvellous performance from Ian Botham.
His patience went. He knew that the leg spinner, outside leg stump, could be blocked, but the moment you attack a leg spinner out there, you're toying with the bowler's ruff, the follow through. An outside edge, ball to the catcher.
And a big shout going up. And Downton's on, off his way, so it's a hat-trick. No need to wait for the umpire. Hat-trick ball coming up next. Downton goes first ball, big trouble there. 229 for 8.
And the important decision to bowl Holland from around the wicket into that rough made by the faster bowlers, and it was a almost shoulder of the bat, the bat angled downwards through to Boone, the slip fielder.
So hat-trick ball, silly point and short leg. Border not making any serious changes in the field. As Gatting is on 51.
And well caught. Boone's taken 2 excellent catches today. He took 2 up at Headingley as well, but that was a clinker. Went very, very fast off the bat. England now 261 for 9. Edmonds out for 1, and Gatting is 75. And he's gone, and Bob Holland has taken 5 wickets in his first appearance at Lord's. The 38-year-old leg spinner. Foster goes, and Gatting is left stranded on 75 not out. England all out, 261. A magnificent effort from the man brought over his first tour overseas. Bob Holland will lead off the Australians, and deservedly so. 32 overs, 12 maidens, 5 for 68. And that's one of the nicest days I've ever had in cricket, to see a leg spinner walking off like that at the home of cricket with figures of that kind. There's a marvellous performance from Bob Holland. 5 for 68 from 32 overs and 12 maidens, and his last 3 test match bowling performances have been 6 for 54 and 4 for 90 against the West Indies, and the figures you see there in front of you. And he's destroyed the bottom part of the England batting by taking 4 for 10 in 44 deliveries, those last 4 men there, plus Robinson on Saturday evening. Great partnership between Gatting and Botham. Tremendous innings from Ian Botham, and Gatting was unlucky that he was stranded with 75 not out. His innings can't be praised too highly because he was prepared to play second fiddle, and he gave Botham tremendous support. There wasn't quite such support from the bottom part of the order, and that meant that Australia, when they went out, had to make just 127 runs to win. Well, I reckon in the dressing room they might have got Graham Wood, perhaps by the throat, perhaps just by the collar, and said to him, "You will not hook." But did they mention it to Andrew Hilditch? Here's the 4th ball of the first over. Ian Botham is bowling to Hilditch.
And that could be out. Yes, and Hilditch has gone for naught. Botham's taken a wicket in the very first over. Alan Lamb taking the catch down at deep square leg. And Australia, needing 127 to win this test match, have lost their first wicket without a run on the board.
Well, he laid the trap. He had the fielder back for it. Hilditch went for it, and Alan Lamb's taken it.
Botham then to a couple of vessels. So the first runs tucked away by Vessels for 2 runs.
Ian Botham in full cry here.
That's in the air, and a simple catch, and Botham's got another wicket. That gives him 1 past Bob Willis. 9 for 2, Australia, and Botham has disposed of both openers now. Congratulations coming his way. Little dolly catch to slip. It's the lift that did it, off a length. An applause for both of them, just echoing a remark we made a minute or two ago that he's now gone past Bob Willis with his number of wickets in Test matches. Howlett back on his mark, ready again. Oh, and he's bowling. Howlett punches the air, a well-deserved victim for him. 22 for 3, Australia. And the Greg Ritchie goes, clean bowl by Paul Howlett for just 2.
In the end, it looks to be quite a straight ball.
He's the man of the moment for Australia, Alan Border, their captain. And he'll get a marvellous reception here, absolutely certain of that. Thinking of that fine innings and the excellent spirit in which this match has been played and conducted. And a lot of that credit goes to Alan Border.
Another look at the fall of Greg Ritchie's wicket. Off stump goes out of the ground. He's looking to force it. Just reward for Paul Howlett, who is bowled well and aggressively during this spell in harness with Ian Botham.
Botham to Border. He's got away with it. Finished up as a one-hand shot, but it's gone for 4.
Little hooking test for Alan Border. Just about stays in touch with the bat.
Once again, Border has beaten the field. Edmonds has been moved fine, but the ball flashed away past him and over his head. And it went much too fast for Foster down at deep fine leg. 37 for 3 now. 9 more runs added to take the Australian total at the end up to 46 for 3. It was tough going out there for Kepler Vessels, 23, and Alan Border, 12. And it won't be any easier tomorrow because there'll be a tremendous amount of pressure out there for those 2 players and the other Australians. The bowling figures for England dominated once again by Ian Botham. Both Botham and Howlett bowled extremely well. 9 overs, 2 for 27, and 7 overs, 1 for 8. And Ian Botham, in taking Graham Wood's wicket, moved to 326 wickets, 1 above Bob Willis. He is now the greatest ever wicket taker for England in Test cricket, and he's chasing hard after Dennis Lillee. His performance today gave England just as many this morning, because although